Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. It is Friday, August 7th. It is our soul sanctuary, soul support sanctuary night where we get the freedom healing. I'm really glad that you could make it. Before we get started, I wanted to welcome two new members to the sanctuary from Norway, Karin and Tori. I'm very excited about my international members and wanted to just welcome you and hope that you enjoy the healing tonight. All right, I wanted to just briefly explain to you how I do these healings for each of you. I use a composite of every member in the sanctuary so that when I'm working on you and doing the healing, I'm looking at what are called matching energies between you and all the other members in the sanctuary. So it helps to illuminate the places where there's stuck energy in your space and every other member's space. That's how I'm able to do healings on more than one person at one time. So as I'm talking about the healing and going through the healing tonight, I'm going to be talking to you as if I'm just talking to you one-on-one, because pretty much, 95% of the time, or a little bit more than that, when I'm talking about an energy, it's pretty much going to be in your space. In other words, if you hear me talk about an energy, like I was saying, about 90% of the time, that energy will be something that is a match for you as well. There will be times when you hear me talk about an energy and you'd be like, that just doesn't sound like it fits for me. And that's probably true. Maybe it's an energy that is not in your actual energetic body, but it's showing up in the composite of everyone. But for the most part, when you hear me talking about energies, that will be something that I'm clearing in each and every one of you. So I wanted to say that before I get started tonight. I'm going to get started with a prayer to set the energy. And our healing tonight is on your freedom. This is one of my most favorite topics. It's near and dear to my heart. It's really what's important to me on my spiritual path this lifetime. So I like to bring a lot of light and illumination to the topic, especially right now where our freedoms here in this country are being challenged daily. And so I do like to bring everybody's awareness to the importance of maintaining your freedoms. Tonight, we're going to be clearing your freedom to speak your truth and your freedom to express yourself. And when I talk about your freedom to express yourself, you could consider that expressing yourself through verbalization, but also express yourself through music, the arts, singing, acting, however you express yourself, making jewelry, creating. So we're going to be clearing that space out tonight as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set the energy for the healing tonight with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity, that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All right, let's go ahead and start this healing. Taking a look at you right now, and the first energies I see are more generalized energies that I want to start clearing. There's a lot of brown energy around the body, kind of lingering in the layers of the aura closest to the body. And these energies are dragging the body down. They're energies that kind of hold you back. They're brown and kind of grainy. I'm going to be helping you release these energies by using a grounding cord on you. There's a lot of hardship and effort coming out of your space just in general that I'm trying to clear out. There we go. Now we're starting to release. So what I'm seeing right now is a lot of group agreements about what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, especially to talk about. So this is really affecting your freedom to speak your truth. And it's a very thick gray energy. It's a lot of rules and social protocol. It's kind of a waxy energy. It's very slow coming out. And oddly, although we're talking about the energy really that gets backed up in your throat, this energy that's coming out of you is coming out of all over your body. So that's something to always be thinking about and remembering is when you're clearing energy, where the pain is not always going to be exactly where the energy is stuck. So that's something to consider when you're grounding energy in your own space. And then some of the next energies that are coming out of your freedom to speak your truth would be, of course, mom and dad's energy from when you're a child and all of the behavioral training you get about when it's appropriate to talk, when it's not appropriate to talk. So that energy is coming out. And some anger is coming out, although I don't see this as your anger. I see this as other people's anger about some of the things that you say. Maybe they don't like what you say. Maybe they are lit up by what you say. So this is energy that's been thrown at you for things that you have said. And that's a red energy coming out. It's a good time to remember you can't make all the people happy all the time. So say hello to that anger and you can release that down your grounding cord as I'm working on you. And some of the energy that's coming out that tries to control your speech and what you say is the energy of insult. So insults are coming out right now. And that energy actually has a lot of a crackling sound to it. I can hear it like sharp and crackling. I'm going to be clearing government energy, and I just want to say I'm going to clear generic government energy. So it's not just government energy to this country, but just generic government energy out of your freedom to speak your truth space. This is kind of a gray, like a gritty gray green energy. And what's interesting to me is there's a real weariness coming out of your space as the government energy starts to come out. And the weariness has to do with having to fight a certain level of control energy. And that control energy is a white, and that's also coming out. There's also the energy of wanting to speak up and ask for help and not feeling like you can ask for help. So I'm doing some healing work on that as well, like fear of asking for help. Or, as I know very well, healers have a difficult time asking for help for themselves. I'm going to do a little clearing on that for you. I'm going to take a moment and fill you in with some gold because you've already released quite a lot of energy. So it's time for a big gold sun. A lot of confidence is coming in the vibration of certainty. Then the next energy that's coming out is competition and how competition can change your, sometimes it can change your truth. It can come in and compete with what your truth is that you're trying to speak. So I'm working on clearing or showing you where that competition is. And some of that's coming out of your heart chakra, that competition. Oh, now what's showing up? This is good, good stuff. What's showing up now are your agreements with your mother. So things that your mother agreed to not talk about, and where you had matches or went into agreement with her on that. So those could be all kinds of different things, but it's your agreements with your mom to not discuss or talk about things that light your mother up. Don't worry, I'm going to give equal time to how your dad's let you up. That's what I'm going to work on now, is where you have agreements with your father to not speak about certain things or to not speak your truth over things that light your father up. Good. Good. Good job. I'm clearing all other generic family energy too that would get in your freedom to speak your truth. And now what I'm looking for are control beings. Those might be beings that, for whatever reason, get in that space of yours. And these would be beings that don't actually have bodies, but have an effect on your communication space. I have to tell you how funny that is. After the beings backed off, everything here quieted down. While I was working on the beings, it was so noisy. That's that transmedium energy coming out of everybody's space. It's really noisy. So I mean, in the physical world, it was noisy here too while I'm working. And then once all those beings, those control beings backed off, everything just settled down and it's all quiet again. So good job. I'm going to switch now gears a little bit and take a look more at your freedom of expression and start working on that. And the first energies I see affecting your freedom of expression have to do more with like your body fluidity, its movement, its physical expression. And there's some gray and white energy around the body. Again, in the aura layers very close to the body, the first, second, and third layers. So those are the ones that are in tightest right next to the body. There's the energy of be careful what you do. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass us. Um, As if it's like the family saying, "Don't embarrass us," by, doing something or expressing yourself in a manner that's going to embarrass us. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little moment here, because the energy that's coming up right now is hate, and I'm going to take a few moments to make sure we really clear that energy out of your freedom of expression. That would be the stop energy. And where I see that affecting you is in your heart chakra. So, a great way to try to stop somebody from expressing themselves is to try to control that heart chakra space where their information on how to like and love themselves is. So if you can get energy in that heart chakra between that person and their ability to access their information on how to like themselves, you can really throw somebody off track. And so if you're trying to prevent somebody from expressing themselves, that's a good place to try to go and control that space is through the heart chakra. So that's where we're doing the healing work right now, is clearing out all those controls in the heart chakra. And there's a whole bunch of different colors coming out that are control energies. There's like a flesh tone, a yellow white, um, a weird sandy tan energy coming out. Not just that it's sandy tan, it's weird. I think that's important. It's a very grainy energy. And you know what I notice as I'm working on this is that the energy of judgment towards your freedom of expression sticks in your body more than the judgment that gets in your freedom of speech space. That's really interesting to me. And the way that I see that energy sticking in your space for a lot of you is it that judgment gets carried on the body and turns into like excess body weight, the judgment against your freedom of expression. And that's where we're clearing right now. Yeah, it's really interesting to me. I see a greater sensitivity on your part to being judged for your freedom of expression than you have for being judged for your freedom of speech. So there's much more of your emotional body involved in your freedom of expression. At least that's what I'm seeing right now. There's a tremendous amount of judgment about doing things that are out of the ordinary or unique, um, different, haven't been done before. And I have to tell you, those are all the wonderful things that create new ideas and invent things. But there's so much non-permission for new things, or I should say, so much control energy um, in this particular space that we're working on clearing. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting this when I planned this healing, but your whole body is getting a healing from this freedom of expression part, because the expression of your freedom and your spirit is done through all four bodies. So it includes your cells, your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual energy. So this is really turning out to be a very full healing for you. And I'm watching you start to bring some creative energy into your body. Right now, I see you using golds, but also there's a really beautiful, cool kind of blue green coming in. Wow, this is really cool. I'm getting to see where when the judgment comes out, and since this is a group of people, I can see where when that judgment comes out of the freedom of expression space, it starts to allow a community communication to start again. So when judgment is in your space about your freedoms, your spiritual freedom, your freedom of speech, freedom of expression, um, it starts to isolate you. So what's really cool is during this healing, everybody's starting to get back into communication, spirit to spirit with each other, and that isolation energy is coming out. And that's something I wasn't expecting to see. Excellent. I'm going to check your energy channels, make sure that they're all flowing properly. The energy running up your front channels was a little thin. And so you want to remember to run your energy all the way up your front channels so that you have a little whale spout on top of your head. You want that energy flowing up and popping through your crown chakra. and spouting up above your head. And that's starting to happen now. And now I'm going to take that freedom vibration and start to run that in your crown and watch that freedom go through your energy channels and chakras. And that freedom vibration is a bright, bright yellow gold. Really bringing a bunch of that gold into the throat where we did a lot of work in that fifth chakra for your freedom of speech. You're going to run that freedom through all of your cells. And you're doing an excellent job running that in your energy channels and really circulating that throughout your energetic body. And you can take this freedom vibration right now if you want. You can create a rose out in front of you with your eyes closed and pick a space. Pick a topic that you might like to run freedom through. So that could be your relationship space. It could be your money space. It could be your career, family, whatever space you want to think of. You can visualize a rose right now and just imagine bringing a gold sun of freedom into that rose. And that's a very simple way to bring the vibration of freedom into a space and give it a healing. So why don't you go ahead and visualize a space in the symbol of a rose right now and visualize a big ball of gold freedom coming into that rose and filling it up completely. And once you've filled that rose up with gold, you can go ahead and explode it, blow it up, put a bomb under it, disperse it, let all that energy go. And we're going to create a great big giant gold sun above our own heads and start to call back all of your freedom energy wherever you might have left it or given it away. And see how big you can get that sun to grow above your head right now. And when you can feel the warmth of that sun radiating down on you and it feels heavy because there's so much gold in it, go ahead, bring it in through the top of your head and let that gold start to fill up every cell of your body, all of your aura, and let the excess gold run down your grounding cord. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come on out of trance. Yay, good job. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that healing. You did a good job. Nothing like getting a healing on your freedom, I think. It's just so rejuvenating. I just wanted to remind you of upcoming events. Let me take a look at my calendar here real quick. I have next week, we have another healing. That's right. What do you know about that? There's another healing in the sanctuary. This healing is going to be on isolation and loneliness, and that is Thursday night at 7 p.m. If you are a member in the sanctuary, that is a regular healing for you. If you are not, that will be a free healing open to other people to come in and see if they like the sanctuary. So those of you that are members here tonight, we want to make room for others, let them come see what the benefits of getting a healing in the sanctuary are like. So please join me next Thursday night for that. And then the following Thursday night on the 20th, I'm going to be teaching a class. It's a free class, How to Tell the Truth from a Lie. And you're all welcome to that as well. So I hope the next couple of Thursday nights you have free. I would love to have you join me. And if you come up with any topics that you would really like a healing on while you're a member of the sanctuary, email me or text me, please. I would love to hear your topics and anything else you have to tell me. If you know of somebody that might really enjoy the sanctuary, please, by all means, forward a newsletter to them. And if they want to be on my mailing list, just give them my contact info. I'd really appreciate that. So thank you for joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday night when we get another healing. All right? Got my eyes on you. Have a great night tonight. Enjoy your evening.